babies, if you haven't got your wings spread after that long free flight, babies, you're just not getting it right. Man alive, flying away with Mary Jane, babies, and she always does what she can to help ease your pain. But you gotta face it, you know, it's in you to do. Babies, Mary Jane just helps you see your way through, that's all. She's a good mama, man. She'll take you by the hand. She's a good rocking partner, too, man. And she'll lead you into the promised land if you let her, you know. You just gotta be, you know. What you do is you let old Mary, you just soften up your heart, and then you begin to see what you couldn't see before. You set yourself free. With the little MJ, don't you see? Yeah, old Grandpa here is also known as the Pope of Pot, man. I am Mary Jane's right-hand man. I am her highest advocate in this earth, baby. And if anybody could advocate for pot, I do it, baby. Because to me, it is the sacred herb of life, man. And the magic gateway to paradise. Huh. So take that, put that in your pipe and smoke it, babies, because that's what you do. You smoke it, you toke it, you share it with one another, and there's love everywhere, man. It softens you into the free life, the free love that is the free life. Love ever flowing, yes, from your heart into this presence. Nobody can vampire on you now, man, because you are overabundant in love. Man, they want to suck this up, man. Just keep it flowing, baby. We filled the empty pit, man, and then some. Babies, we ain't nothing but a fountain of youth, a bubble of love that just goes on and on and on forever. The more we see that, the more we be that. You understand what I mean, Jelly Bean? You're crawling in here and getting in this dancing machine. We're going to haul ass down life's highway and just show everybody you don't have to take the byway. You can take the highway because it's the way to be. Because that's what does set your heart free to be what you really are. Yeah. It's all part of the grand plan, man. It's written in your heart, you know. Nobody can put this one in a book. Nobody can pollute this one down through the ages and generations and make it into a threatening piece of shit. This is the reality of love in its full truth, baby. Coming forward in you. It's something you live. It's something you feel. Yeah, that's what we share right now. That deep feeling of real living. Of the life in every little cell and atom, of all of the energy that makes our life go and hit that bass harmony, that bass tone from which all life arises. The earth heart is the center of all beings, all things. Hey, babies, guess what lives inside of you? The earth heart, too, huh? Yeah, that's what you do here, babies. Oh, man, we were warming up this morning, man. We're starting to run right. This race has just begun. And guess what? Everybody won. Relax, you don't have to run. That was just half the fun. Now we can expend our energy in whole better ways, don't you see? We don't have to run. We don't have to hide. We don't have to get up in the morning and go, right. You know, no way, babies. We just take it on the slide now, man. Cruise into that home plate and take our accolades, babies. Because we already knocked it out of the ballpark, out of the universe, beyond anything anybody ever imagined we could do or be, man, as human beings. The odds were so stacked against us. But guess what, babies? We in the winner circle. And all that life's coming forward in you now. All that sheer joy. At just being awake. No matter where you are, man. You might be living in a tent in the mountains right now, but still listening in because you got the means to, baby. You're a smart son of a gun, you know. And guess what? You got a better life than most. And here comes being awakening, and you're not going to be living in that tent too much longer, but you're sure going to enjoy what life's dishing out to you now, man. You know, the opening, the awakening, the things you've been waiting for all your lives, many lifetimes, man. You feel the depth of that quote need going on inside, babies. Yes, indeed. It's at the root of everything. Your desire to couple everything. It's the root of everything. It's the need to be reunited with life so that you can feel and be alive again inside. See, we are the living dead up to a certain point in our life, meaning we're not able to feel it, only to a limited extent. That's what drives us berserk. It doesn't have an anchor. These feelings are random and flowing. They're beautiful, but they're not the deep ones. They don't have that root in the earth, you see. They miss the organic. They miss the bass tone, you know. They need that. You can have the best band on earth, but if you ain't got drums, you ain't got a bass, you ain't got shit. You know, a guy in a guitar can do all right. You betcha, and I've seen it done. I know some real entertainers that can handle that just fine, thank you very much. They use the hollow body of the guitar for their bass tones, baby. Boom, choppa, boom, choppa. You know, it's there, man. The real music comes from the bass tones, man. That's the driver of the band. That's the leader of the band. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. That's the leader of the band right there. That's the real world in which we live, you know. And if we're going to paint ourselves a beautiful life, that's where we start, right there in those bass tones. So, babies, relax, get back in that easy chair again, man. Close those eyes and feel the bass tones arise from inside of you. They're a whole lot higher octaves than what you would think they are. And a whole lot hotter, too. Pretty soon you're on fire inside. That's the fire of life coming back to life, babies, inside of you. It's gifts we share here everywhere, every morning, right here on the Coyote Medicine Show, only on the Hazy Radio Network, all across this earth, well beyond the network of life, man, into the the whole full aspects of the whole reality, man. We is a fountain of love. We just pop it open and set it free just like a bottle of champagne that pours on endlessly. You cannot empty this bottle, no matter how much you pour out, don't you see? So come on over, baby. Life is a party, and we got the bubbly, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean. It's a rockin'. And it's keen. And babies, ooh, it gives us all that shimmery golden sheen because we can see what we really are. When we drink up this champagne, man, we become the star that we are. Don't you get it? Don't you see? Babies, it's all in one and inside of you and me, and we are setting one another free. Screw this reality. Enough of the bullshit. Babies, let's spread our wings and fly on out of it. Huh? Yeah, I'd say so. Rock and roll on a Monday morning here with Grandpa Coyote. Where? On the Hazy Radio Network with ya. Coyote Medicine in the morning. Here, take your medicine, babies. It's good for you. Grandpa said so, man. Oh, yeah, blame it all on me, baby. But just come on back, don't you see? Please come back to this old heart of mine. 'Cause, babies, when you're here, it just feels so fine. And when you're gone, all I can do is lay in the corner and whine like an old scalded dog that's been hurt right down through the hair. I don't even care if I live anymore, man. Well, not really. I can live without you, but baby, I'd rather live with you. It's a lot more fun. You know what I mean? Take it on the run, that's fun too, but baby, oh, sometimes it just won't do. Sometimes you gotta be right there, united, in this united history, this united mystery, this united love. But first, don't you see, we get it inside. That's what sets us free. Oh, yeah. So we gotta take all parts of ourselves and gather them together. No matter the weather, you know, this side's stormy, that side's cloudy, this side's clear. It all comes together right in the middle here. Don't you see? I know for thousands of years, some have taught that there's this thing called an ego, you know, inside of us that's our enemy. It's the bad wolf, and it fights us all the time. And you know, God Almighty, it feels like that, you know, especially when you've been given some shocks in your life and you got extremes going on inside yourself, man. Wow. One side can be so far gone from the other, but somehow they seem to equitize and balance out after a while. You kind of learn how to live with that shit and how to manage it, you know. Keeping yourself kind of centered really helps. You don't even know that's what you're doing at first. You just kind of automatically go that way. Because that's the only way you can go. Everything else don't work. So you try to unite these energies somehow. You know, you spend a lifetime doing this stuff, you know, trying to gather these things together inside, you know. Things that are so objectionable to one another, they can't even abide to be. How do they live inside of you? I feel like torn in half, torn in two. Like there's two sides, and one wants to be dominant and the other doesn't care. But it sure doesn't want to be dominated, see. Tremendous conflict then, you know, this kind of kills people. It wears you down to the point of death. Of course, that kind of struggle can't go on forever, though it seems like it could, but it doesn't. It'll wear you out. And I reached that point at an early age, and was ready just to let it go. I mean, I was satisfied. I'd done a pretty damn good life, I thought. I mean, it was a mess, but it was great little mess, and one I could really look back on and say, hell yeah, done all right there, man. It was a mess, but wow, did we ever gain and grow and have a great time, And there was some real love. I mean, I had a lot to really appreciate by that stage in my life. I'd gathered a vast amount of experience to myself. Probably lived 100 lifetimes by then, easy, maybe 150, by just a little over the age of 40, man. It's amazing, the paths you can travel. And, once you're through them, looking back on them, it's like, whew, all right. Got through that one, didn't we? Wow. Can be some pretty wild rides, man, I'll tell you. There's some unpredictable ponies out there, and sometimes you just get on them and go and pray for the best, man, and put your life in the hands of angels, Same as we've been talking about trucking stories last week. It's the same kind of thing, man. That's one thing, an adventuresome life teaches you really quick how to rely not only on your own instincts and so forth, but to engage the active participation of the universe and, engage the energies of protection and so forth, so that you got a double whammy. So you don't have to be afraid of anything, You can approach just about anything and do it, and even though you be a bit hairballed and clumsy or whatever, get away with it because you got these good angels guiding you all the time, man. Because you invite that help. You open yourself. Before I used to hang glide years ago. I'm going to take it up again soon, too, just for fun. But anyway, I used to do that years ago. And I would always, have these moments of tuning in before I'd step up to the edge and go flying, I'd get myself in harmony inside of myself, just for a little bit. It's just like before you could take off, you had to get your kite pointed directly into the wind. Directly, so you didn't get cross-wired in the takeoff, man. And this was kind of the same thing spiritually, On the front of the kite, there's a little ribbon, yeah, and it blows in the wind, of course, and you just kind of point your nose until that little ribbon's flying straight, and then you're right in the wind. And, of course, it moves and varies a little bit, so you got to just be ready for just the right moment when everything's lined up. Then you can take off. Then it's safe to launch. Well, same thing with, this little inside, you got to be right there spiritually in tune. You got to be right there inside of yourself, inside your heart, inside your conscious person, before you ever do anything that may be perceived as endangering of your life. And then you can face just about anything. You may not want to go volunteer into stuff, but at least you're in some kind of presence where it's going to be all right, because you just engage the active participation of the universe by getting yourself launched right into the breeze and letting the universe take you, the same as you would with the hang glider. So you do that a few moments before, and then the physical thing follows. Next thing you know, you're up there above the ridge, riding the ridge lift and going back and forth like an old hawk or an eagle and having a great time and looking for some lifts so you can get on out there and go coast across some country, man. Have yourself some flying time, It's an awesome feeling, and nothing quite like it once you get up there and get some free air where you can really do some distance, and it's just like you and the wind and God, and wow, what a peaceful feeling, man, Well, that's where we're all heading for right now. That's the cruise we're taking. It's every bit as exhilarating as that, as flying off of a mountain and being a bird. It's every bit as exhilarating as that, and then some. It's realizing our true place in the creation of life and knowing the love that we really are. And then letting it be, letting it come through us, not hiding it. See, we've been taught to hide love, hide from it. Turn your back on it, Do not do that. It's nothing but pain and misery. It's better to do it practically, blah, blah, blah. No way, no how, babies. The real flow will never hurt you at all, babies. You just gather it together inside. You don't leave anything outside of yourself, not an ego, not any perceived part of yourself. If it's in there, it's you. Recognize that. And if you can recognize that, then you can begin this process I call integration. But it's really more like transformation, transforming the energies that live inside of you. And how do you do that? Wow. What do you feel in your heart right now? Warmth, right? Love, right? Yeah. Just keep letting that grow and expand, and learn to direct that energy to any point inside of yourself that may be in need of assistance, that ain't quite going with the flow, you know. Do that with your body parts, too, to help. And man, I've healed bones in just a few minutes before, just putting a little energy towards a broken bone, wham, it's back together. That's amazing what you can do when you're like in the flow, man, when you are feeling this living love and you're able to direct it in certain ways. You learn this all by yourself. Nobody has to teach or train you. It's in you to do. You just follow that flow, and it'll teach you how to get in this glow and how to become the miracle worker that you already are. In other words, acknowledge the blessings that you have, and babies, you go from there. And you become Goddess and God united inside of yourself, the perfect person. Totally alive in this reality. Totally alive in the 3D person that you are. Yeah. The whole reality of ever-loving truth, the mother and father energies united in you. Don't you see that's what these represent inside? That's why they're presented as such an extreme. We've been dabbled with tremendously here. We've all been turned into schizophrenia maniacs, man. Split personalities like a son of a bee, you know. And in fact, our culture encourages it through the coldness, you know. They train you to be one face with one person and one face with another. That's part of the training you get as a young person. It's insane, babies, but that's where we've had to go with it. That's how superficial we got to become. Now we're coming back to life. We ain't doing that shit no more, man. The facade is gone. You want me to be two-faced? Hey, try all 45 of them, man, or 55, or however many there is. We'll keep you guessing forever. Nobody's playing the facade on you anymore, man. You see right through it anyway, you know. And in fact, we always have. It's just a damn game we've been playing. You know, and sometimes we look down our nose at one another because your facade is so thin. The veil is like, wow, who are you trying to kid but yourself? You know, well, we've all looked at one another like that at one time or another. And it's true, our facades don't work. Yet we keep employing them thinking that they do. The king's new clothes kind of thing. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? We've been naked the whole time thinking, man, we're fully dressed. Yeah, shit. It's all been hanging out there. Ain't nobody hiding anything from anyone anyway. We know intuitively what the hell's going on, let alone spiritually when you start to wake up and you can see it and live it and feel it primarily, you know, as we approach one another in life. Wow, there is that feeling and there is that knowing that goes with that feeling. Everything in your life lives right there in that moment. Everything. And it's known. There is no privacy. You don't need it. You live it for the benefit of all others, baby, however personal it might be. Therefore, it's personal in a universal way, and it's shared intimately with every heart that lives. We have no secrets. We are the same being and person, essentially. That's our heart. That's the center of the universe. That's who we are. That's who Mother Earth is. We're the same, together in everything, reunited with the one heart that is. Yeehaw! Ride that pony for a little while, kids. Grandpa Coyote. Coming back to life here on a Monday morning, baby. Ooh, on the Coyote Medicine Show only and exclusively. Where? Hazy Radio Network, where it's coming clear now. Woo! Ride 'em, babies.